Paribas. So, how did you discover EmpowerU?
So for Women in Finance, we were looking for the charities that we will support in 2019. Women in Finance each year supports one or two charities. And we were looking for a very powerful, impactful charity. So we gathered ideas and we heard about this wonderful activity that you have from David Bishop, who's also leading other charities.
So the three of you are working for Women in Finance.
Yes.
For how long have you been working for Women in Finance? Or you have different role or different jobs and then working for this big group?
So we all have our own full-time job, and this is just something that we do on the side. And Women in Finance has lots of different sections to it. And so we are in the philanthropy committee section, and I think we've been working on it for about 6 months, is it? It's still relatively new, but gaining momentum.
Okay, how about Karen?
Yeah, so same timeline as Rachel. Found Women in Finance in the past 6 months, but immediately once we made contact with EmpowerU, it was just hard to say no to being involved.
Okay.
Just hearing about the amazing work that you were doing, the very excited students, and to Sarah's point earlier, being able to make a good impact around long-term education, leadership, and all these great transferable skills that they can take into the world.
And then sharing your expertise, particularly to these ladies, part of the community. And I think Prashant have been joining us before, right? From soap cycling, and then you've had leadership and management training before. How do you compare now?
I think it's been great in sharing a very, quite diversified experiences. Like, I think we did dancing before, body dance.
Brilliant.
Soap cycling, and then now we're moving to sort of management. We did financial technology. So I think I'm very excited about how it began on a very grassroots basis, and it's a central part of Hong Kong. You know, the relationship that domestic helpers have here and developing these is really a next step on taking forward that, I guess, a very human touch on how society integrates. It's very exciting.
Yeah, particularly in Hong Kong, where these women play a very important role. Otherwise, all of us cannot work properly, particularly if we have helpers at home. Do you have helpers, domestic workers at home?
Yes.
Okay. So, during their day off, what do they usually do? Do you know where do they go, or I know?
Yes, so I know I have a very good relationship with my helper. I know where she's going. I think she has various activities that are very important to her, and I respect all her choices. And we also talked about this program, and it was very important for me to give her the opportunity, but not to pressure her. And it was a great conversation. I think at the end she decided not to participate this time, but that conversation pushed her to find another educational activity that she wanted to attend. And so the process of going through that conversation itself is already a big step forward for our relationship.
Yeah, wonderful.
I'm so impressed that all these ladies that work so hard during the week then spend their Sunday coming and doing self-improvement. It just is a testament to the drive that people have. Yeah, it's really impressive.
Yeah.
I think the relationship that many, and it's not one-off, I hear it again and again, the relationship that domestic helpers have with kids. And it's, to be honest, kids are just so innocent that to develop a relationship with a being of that quality, it doesn't take much. And when you have people who are as nice as they are from the Philippines, it's a very natural. You can see the synergy and the dynamic work so beautifully.
Yeah, absolutely.
Particularly now that you've had your first-hand experience with them, with more than 300 domestic workers that you've been training them since yesterday and today. What realization what observation that you found out with this group of amazing ladies?
I think the dynamic culture has really come out. Sometimes, in different cultures and different groups that you teach, people are, some people can be quite quiet or more reserved and everything, but it's just been so much fun working with these ladies because they're so into it and
so animated.
Yeah, exactly, and it's really like you bounce off the energy and the enthusiasm.
Another thing I'd add is, it's not about picking up the concepts that's an issue. They pick it up quick, and these are areas that we really use in our real life work experience. If we talk about project management, problem solving, and what I saw was a lot of these skills in leadership and management and risk and all these things, they have it innate. They already know some of this, and really it's just us giving them a little bit more of a framework and a foundation to think more critically about it, so that they can continue to refer back to it in their own lives again. But otherwise, I think that there isn't too much I need to teach. It isn't too hard for me to teach it, just given, I think, a lot of the innate potential that is already residing in the students.
I think it's very nice to be part of a journey. I think it's very easy to do a one-off and create some enthusiasm and then go away. But I think the journey is what I'm most excited about. I think, you know, to understand their motives more. It's very. I think it's a very unique position that you have, where you can spend, you know, potentially, like we could in the future, more time working with the same people.
Yeah, absolutely. The most important is the process
Yeah.
and how you arrive, that they could be inspired, motivated. At least in Hong Kong, I am not just a domestic worker, that I am learning something that I could use whether I go back to my home country or elsewhere.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah, knowledge is power. So again, thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking your time to be here with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.